but what I'm trying to get is that because the housewife, especially the 1950s version of the housewife, was a relatively new and very short-lived thing. That wasn't a thing that like you talking about like with the industrial revolution brought in a housewife because men were able to go outside the house and work and they didn't have to work on their farms and produce their own stuff to make money, which the whole entire
No,
family was
I'm
up
not
there.
talking
I
about.
know,
I'm
I'm
not
wait, wait,
talking
wait.
about working on farms.
I
I'm
know, I
talking
know,
about
but
women
what you
having to go
I
and get a W-2.
right, but that's what I'm explaining to you. So there was a period of time where
Yeah, I think that we got to keep in mind too that they were fighting for that though. Like that was a desire that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So
most
that
of them
Yeah.
didn't. Most of them didn't. Most women were not fighting for it.
I
It
will
was it
tell you.
was a
I
it was
will
a
tell you.
it
I've
was a
read
small
that.
minority.
I will tell you. A lot
What
of
they
black
wasn't
women
fighting for
wasn't.
what, Sweeney?
Like the suffragettes, there was like most women didn't want it. Like
Oh,
the
you going
white,
back
yeah,
there? Okay, I'm
yeah,
thinking y'all talking about something else. Okay, I'm in a different era. Go,
but like
y'all
yeah,
Yeah,
go.
and those who fought for it. And if we want to keep it on topic, it was mainly white women having an issue with their
right.
husbands in the house. So
White women started
black
feminism.
women, we wasn't treating our women like these white.
yeah.
The
But our
white
black
men
women
back then.
also worked with us the entire time. There wasn't a period in time in history where less than 30% of black women ever worked in this country. Like they've always been a part of that. It was just cooperative. There was a cooperative effort between both families. I mean, between the men and the women at that time. But there was never a period in time, and like hell, they worked side by side with us on the damn plantation. Then we became sharecroppers, and they worked side by side with us doing that shit. And then they worked side by side with us in the workforce. And like it's never been a time, especially our women, have been these that 1950s housewife. Hell, have y'all watched the Wonder Years? The black version of
Yes,
the Wonder
Fred.
Years?
Yeah, Kevin Savage. Oh, the black version. No, I saw the Kevin Savage version.
The black version of the Wonder Years, the mama went to work and the daddy went to work. He was a professor at a school and she worked she had a government job. Like and she was still and they was cooperative with one another. It wasn't no, you know what I mean? She still treated him like the man of the house and he still treated her like the woman of the house. So the problem is really attitude and in-house. Because there was never a period in time where us as black folks weren't cooperative with one another until recently.
Well, I
Man,
will say this. I did see something else. And when we talk about the origination of the issue, what caused women to want to go and have their own lifestyle. I did see somebody post something about um, the disparity between now and back in the '60s, where a house was $40,000 and the average income was 22,000, and then
Yeah.
now the houses are 400,000 and the average income is like 40 or 50,000. So I did see that. I'm not gonna say it had anything to do with men and women working. That could be inflation. It makes sense to point it at inflation. But do we just not adapt when inflation happens?
You can't adapt to this level of inflation, bro.
I've seen
yeah,
it
but
done.
This, this is unnatural.
Hold on. I'm a speaking. I'm living in the flesh of a person who adapted to it. So for you
man,
to say you can't adapt to it is one
No,
thing. But if you say most people can't adapt to it, then that's
no,
another
there's a
argument.
difference
Yeah.
between adapting to normal inflation and then we're talking about COVID inflation. Like that's two different types of inflation. You
it's
talking
still
about
it's
you
still
talking about a period
adaptable.
like over a period of time in less than 3 years. Matter of fact, this lady just did an experiment, right? She had a shopping list that she had that she shopped at Walmart back in 2022. I think it was either 2021 or 2022, right? And it cost her $300 for all these groceries. She went back and put all the same shit she bought at that time in a shopping cart, same way, and it was almost $800. That is unnatural. That is not normal inflation.
Yeah, I've never witnessed it this bad. And people are they're pretty much like, I guess you could call it price gouging. That's what they're doing right now. There's been companies who were caught suppressing supply on purpose just so they can have a better bottom line and get more per unit. That's
Yeah,
just the nature of the beast. That's what people are doing. And they were doing it with evil things like baby formula. How would you do that with baby formula? But that's what we're looking at right now. The economy is it's like this now, but a lot of it is by design, because, or not even by design per se, but people knew it was happening and didn't give a damn about contributing to it negatively. So that's a big problem. And I know we do understand that people have to work, but do we think that women were doing the same type of work, the level of work, and require the level of tenacity that they need right now to work? Or do you think it was more so elective, or they could do kind of a feminine job and not have to do exactly what we're doing? This is just a question. I'm not posing a position here.
I would argue that women back in those times, I don't think they were forced to work as much as they would now in order to live, in order to survive. I think now women having to work is a matter of them living and having to survive versus back then when they were cohabitating with a man who was able to work and actually able to maintain some income to take care of the family. This was before inflation. And I would also argue that specifically black women, uh, looking at the stats as appearing to handle being able to get educated and being able to secure jobs so they can survive is starting to increase. I'm not going to argue that it's better. I know there's this stats that say men are buying more. I mean, women are buying more houses, and all this other stuff are getting more jobs, all this more educated or whatever. To what expense are they doing it at? But I'm not going to argue that. But I will say that they're catching on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just making it more the term undateable more of something to talk about, because if you can't, meet her hypergamous standards, then it's in the wind. You know what I mean? So like, what do? Do you just say, fuck it, I'm gonna go to be a passport and go overseas? And then now you got this, now you got this issue. Oh, I go overseas. The Dominicans and the Thailands, they love us. They love the black man. But then you got to understand that America is the international mecca. You got all right. You got Dominicans, Thailands here. So why they don't feel the same about you on soil than they do off soil? It's not even the woman. So that argument is debunked. It's not the women. It's the demographics. You're going over there in a third world country. Yeah, they're gonna look at you a little different. But you got Dominicans over here. Why are they not going up? Instead of going to getting a passport and fly, why are they not going up the street or to whatever portion of New York where they have Dominicans or Puerto Ricans or whatever place in Los Angeles where they have Chinatown or Thailand people? Why are you not going there? You know what I'm saying? Isn't it cheaper? Isn't it like a bus ride or a plane? Whatever. I just don't understand that part. So this thing about ignoring them and running away, like, is that really a solution? Is that even working? Is that effective?
Well, we haven't seen it.
Man, I honestly think that may be one of the better solutions that we may have. It's one of those deals of where there will be casualties. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much that you can do with somebody that doesn't want to be better or be a team. You know what I'm saying? So the only other thing that you can do is allow for that person to be whoever it is that they are. And I would even go to the extent of saying, and this may clash with everybody else, but I'll even go to the extent of, it doesn't even matter when this started. You know what I'm saying? It's us paying attention and being aware of what's going on now, and how do we come to the fastest or most effective solution to change the trajectory and the momentum that we're seeing.